Welcome back to another episode of Freakshow Fights, the only power scaling show without anything resembling a budget. If you want a refresher on the rules, go to a previous episode. I have no soul. Today we will be seeing who would win in a fight between Kefka Palazzo, Final Fantasy VI's godlike clown, and Marx, Kirby's clown-like adversary. This battle will determine who truly is the clownliest clown of them all, and this battle will be no circus. Let's move on to our first analysis. Final Fantasy VI is one of the best SNES games, a statement I definitely won't get shot for saying. It has a villain we all love to hate, Kefka Palazzo, being just your average court mage working under the tyrannical Gastalian Empire before they experimented on him to become a Magitech Knight. So, a little background of what this means. In the world of Final Fantasy VI, there is a thing called the War of the Magi, where the three creator deities, the Warring Triad, and the Espers, and everyone else battled. After the Warring Triad turned themselves to statues and the Espers fled to their home dimension, humans lost the ability to use magic. You see, the Emperor wanted to use magic for his own gain, invading the Esper world to turn them into crystals, to siphon their innate magical power, and Kefka just so happened to be the recipient of his tests. In the end, he gained magic, but in the cost, he lost every single trace of sanity. Believing all life to be ultimately meaningless, he would do anything to cause chaos. From burning Figaro Castle to poisoning an entire country's water supply to staging a war between humans and espers to absorb their powers. He summoned the floating continent and absorbed the three warring triads' powers to become a god. And on that day, the world changed forever. Kefka won, but he had one really massive problem. He is a cocky bastard, allowing the resistance to gain enough power to climb his really cool tower and then kill him. Even when he had the powers of a god, he still lost. There he lies, the tragic clown. So let's skip this funeral to talk about his abilities. At his peak, Kefka ruled over all magic, which, according to Final Fantasy guidebooks and lore, can affect the entire multiverse. And considering this, he can do pretty much anything: energy blast, existence erasure, name it, he has it. The guy can even scale to Gilgamesh, who can move at immeasurable speeds. When on Earth will our show have someone who doesn't move at immeasurable speeds? And now that we have the analysis of our first combatant, let's move on to the next. The world of Kirby is crazy, right? The interdimensional multiversal threats just show up on an average daily basis, and it's up to a pink puffball that killed them. So let's talk about one of them. Marx being a citizen of someplace, my reports vary. He's either an interdimensional alien or he's just a normal citizen of Dreamland. But regardless of whatever his nationality is, he's just flat out crazy. If Kirby is pure good, this guy is pure evil, convincing the sun and moon to fight. A fight I don't even know how the hell the moon is supposed to even stand a chance at, but that's irrelevant. In order to trick Kirby into gathering the necessary materials to summon the Galactic Nova, a wish-granting clock created by an ancient civilization with godlike powers that can control the multiverse. Man, Kirby is weird. He then steals Kirby's wish, asks for absolute power with the clock granting his wish, as he proceeds to fight Kirby, to which he commits the cardinal sin of fighting Kirby. He then gets launched into Nova, explodes, somehow doesn't die. Hell, some reports say his soul then fought Kirby, and some say he is now an ally to Kirby. And do you want to know why he did this? Because he was hungry. My guy, just get a Snickers. Not sponsored. So let's talk about his abilities. According to the pause screen text, the Nova granted him absolute power, which translates to he now has Nova's abilities. And considering that the ancients who built this thing are cracked, it means that this thing is cracked as well. From keeping up with Kirby's Warp Star, which moves at immeasurable speeds, to warping reality, to pretty much anything that is creepy or disturbing. The creator of Kirby legitimately stated that he had to tone down this monster as his attacks were too disturbing. To which, have you fought him before? I won't play clips for copyright reasons and also the whole audio drama thing, but he is terrifying. You're telling me the shit he did normally was not nightmare-inducing enough? But there is one thing. He gave his effort in his fights against Kirby, whatever that is worth. And with our combatants set, it's time to see who would win in a battle, in our opinions. This battle takes place in Kefka's tower. That's the setting. Now here we go! Kefka, after using his godlike powers to incinerate a country of people who didn't like him, was then greeted by a strange purple creature riding a ball who says, "So, I heard you're the new clown on the block. Care for a game?" To which Kefka, not concerned about how the hell some random creature could climb his tower filled with high-level monsters, immediately tries to vaporize him with his patented Ray of Judgment trademark. To which the creature sprouted golden wings with rainbow prisms surrounding them and dodged and immediately began laughing like a maniac. The battle begins as Marx splits himself into two, creates a massive black hole as Kefka launches another Ray of Judgment, trademark, destroying the black hole, as well as the tower, and also the entire galaxy. "Son of a submariner! You'll pay for what you did to my tower, you insolent little," Kefka said, to which his opponent just laughed as Kefka transformed into his divine form, which, despite doing nothing for him, power-wise, it was just meant to intimidate his foe, as Marx inflates his eyes as they explode into several laser beams, as Kefka responds with a spell. Both attacks clash, leaving another round of destruction, as they then proceed to go fist to fist, Kefka having the size advantage. Despite Kefka having the size advantage, his opponent was cunning and capable of matching him blow for blow, and even using his smaller size to evade some of the attacks and getting in a couple of pot shots. As the battle raged on, neither of them saying a word, as Mark sprouted seas out of nowhere, Kefka went in for a massive blast of fire, trying to incinerate his opponents. As his opponent followed with energy blast, none of them giving in until the seed sprouted, grabbed Kefka and clenched him, as Mark shot thousands of light arrows at his opponent, while they were caught off guard, to which Kefka released all of his energy for his ultimate attack, blasting Marks into what seemed to be his oblivion, immediately chuckling to himself and saying, "With the Warring Triad's power, nothing can stop me." To which seconds later he de-transformed as Marx teleported back and says, "You really are an idiot amongst idiots. Don't go showboating just because you think the fight is over. I used my powers to wish the Warring Triad away. I would have had no other way to end this stalemate if it wasn't for your boastfulness. I believe I have the perfect punishment for you," as Marx creates another black hole which swallows the now helpless court mage as Kefka got what he always wanted, silence. A fitting end for a nihilist like him. KO! This battle was incredibly close. I believe these three categories are enough to give us the full picture. Power. Both of these clowns were capable of doing multiverse level feats, but considering that both of their multiverses are just your typical multiverse with not much else beyond it, this meant that power would be hard to compare, ending this category in a draw. Another category is abilities. Both of these characters could do pretty much anything. Kafka might have had some specialized and niche abilities, but overall, they could do pretty much anything. Abilities is again a draw. So if both of these guys matched each other blow for blow, then how on earth would a winner be decided? It all goes down to competency. In the end, it was the saner clown who won this cosmic circus fight. Marx might have done some insane things, but in battle he gave his entire effort versus Kefka, who was a complete wildcard, not in a good way. He might have been a tactical man, but ever since he again attained his godhood, any and all things resembling a battle strategy or effort were non-existent. This meant that Marx would, in the end, be capable of exploiting his flaws and take the win. In the end of the day, it was the most sane clown who made it out of the circus alive. The winner is Marx. If you want to suggest a matchup or give feedback, the comments are open. If you have any questions, I will answer them. Be sure to like and subscribe. It only has the opportunity cost of pressing 2 buttons and lets me know I'm spending my time on this earth the right way. Next time on Freakshow Fights, we'll have Nate Adams from Yokai Watch battling against Ash Ketchum for Pokemon. Stay tuned for your next episode of Freakshow Fights.